Welcome back to the Mall Performance Audio YouTube channel. Today we're going to do part 2 of the worst enclosures of YouTube. I wanted to try going back to one of my favorite enclosures from last year. You guys have seen it. You guys loved it. I love it. It's pretty unique. So we're going to do some sign sweeps. You guys have already seen the thumbnail, so this is what we're working with. We got the kicker in there today. Last year, if you guys haven't seen it, last year we did the Hutchinson sub in all these enclosures, but the problem was the Hutchinson sub was heavy. It's like 25 pounds of 8-inch woofer. It's just massive. The kicker is so much more efficient, small, and just more of a compact. Better for this kind of test that I want to do. And to be honest with you, it's just as loud. So, but this year we got our meter in here, so we're going to test that. I'm going to get you guys set up on the tripod, and then we're going to start we're going to do a couple sign sweeps first, probably 3 sign sweeps, and then I'll have you guys listen through the wraps here, and we will see what the sounds like. I've played with it a little bit, and I can tell you already, it's better everywhere than the crock pot, except for up top. But I'll show you guys that. Give me a second. All right, we're gonna do the base mechanics sign sweep. This is from 150 down to 20. I'm sorry, 100 down to 20. You can see just me talking in here. You're looking roughly 68 to 70 dB. The crock pot was 109.3. That was our highest, but most of the time it stayed right around 90 to 100 and lower. So the wraps are unhooked. Volume 52. Let's go. Okay, so what you're hearing is that, if you guys don't know about toilets, this is where the water feeds into the toilet and goes down into the bowl. And of course, there's air coming out the bottom of the trap here, coming out the bottom of the toilet. This is what makes all the chuffing noise with the air. I found this out last year. I plugged this. So what I want to do is I'm just going to kind of plug this with my hand. That's what the real bad chuffing you're hearing is coming out of here. I'll plug this with my hand. We'll do another run. This was averaging pretty much over 100, say 101 dB most of the time through the whole 100 to 20. The crock pot peaked at 109. This goes to show you a smaller enclosure had a higher peak, but it did not. It stayed, if I remember right, it stayed anywhere from like 89 to like 92 most of the time. And this is technically a bigger ported enclosure. And the principles are still the same. And it's staying, it doesn't peak as high as the 109.3, but it stays above 100 pretty much most of the time. So I'm going to plug this off. We're going to basically, I know I'm talking about a toilet here, but we're basically going to change the tuning frequency here. And then we're going to see what it does. So let's give her another rip. I'm thinking it's peaking probably around 80 hertz. I'm thinking 85 hertz. And then it has another peak down here right around in the 50s range. So let's see what this does. Alright, did you guys see that? 109.3, exactly the same as the Crockpot, but it stayed below 100 dB most of the time. Just by putting my hand over this. Just by plugging that up. So now, I mean, this is a horrible port, and it, oh my god, it chuffs so bad. It makes such a bad noise. But it keeps the speaker. She's got a little bit of heat in her. Not much. Let me make sure. Let's see if this is giving us any heat. Woo! Yeah, she's a little warm. We might give her a break. We might only give her 2 side sweeps because that seems to be. Ooh, she's putting off some heat, guys. Okay, so I tell you what. Let's leave it at that. We'll say we'll do 109.3 as the peak for this, with the port sealed. And then, or half the port sealed. And then we'll go 108, I think it was 108.7. I'll go back and look at the video. Or 108.3 as the port open. Yeah, sine sweeps are really hard on this stuff. And then we'll give you guys a listening test here in a second. And we'll go from there because she's got a little heat in her. Not much. This has got a lot of heat in it. So we'll get that. We'll let that cool down a little bit, and then we'll do a listening test. I can tell you, I sat out here for like 2 hours last night listening to this. It's so stupid, but it is so stupid, but it works. So give me a second. Oh my gosh, give me a second here, guys. All right, got my royalty-free music that I've used the last couple times. So far, I haven't been hit on. This is the wraps turned all the way up on the acrylic. I got it down probably two levels. The acrylic just kind of turns all the way up and turn it down a little bit. And then we're set on 52 on the Sony. So let's give this kicker a try. All right. So I told you guys last year that the toilet was probably one of my favorite enclosures. And to this day, it still is. It's so stupid. But the toilet, it gets down, man. It gets down. I would, if you were ever in a pinch, then yeah, I would say the toilet, use one. Hopefully a new one, not a used one. Ooh. Anyway, the kicker, love it. It performed. It performed in the toilet. Performed in my labs. Anyway, I love you guys. First video of 2024. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my subscribers. We're going to do a couple more of these, and then I think if the weather holds out, we might try some Dirt to Demos content, but I think the weather's going to get worse, so maybe more of this. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I love you guys. Have a great 2024. Let's get this. I'll see you in the next video.